right, back on Sportsbook Betting Insight today. Pauly and Teddy, time for Big Game Breakdown. As always, live odds, sportsbookreview.com. Thursday night, NBC. Cowboys hit the road, winners of 10 in a row in Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Dallas 3.5, 43.5 the total. Look at Bradford's numbers the last few games. 31-40, 31-40, and 31-37 in the loss to the Lions. They lost all those games. Bradford and the Vikings showing no ability to get the ball downfield with Pat Shurmur as the new OC. Bradford, 113 out of 145 the last 4 games, 77.9 completion percentage, but no production. Only 6.7 yards per play, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, only 1 play longer than 40 yards in the 4 games, Teddy.
Sure, I mean, look at the tweet from ProFootballFocus. Sam Bradford's average attempt in the loss to the Lions traveled 3.5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. That's tied for the lowest average target depth in any 2016 game. It's all dink and dunk. The offensive line can't protect him. There's 16 wide receiver screens per game, it seems like, and the guys aren't being able to break tackles and do anything. Here's what Bradford said after the Lions loss. Quote, "I think we've got to find a way to create more explosive plays, whether that's mixing in more of our play action game, which we've kind of gotten away from. However we do it, we've just got to figure out a way to make sure it happens." Pat Shurmur on feeling the pressure. I really don't quite worry about that. I think early on in your career, you worry about these type of things. I just want to do what's best for this football team to try to come and win a game come Thursday. And that's really where my mindset is. I can say that and not really be tongue-in-cheek about it. I'm just trying to help this team win. Well, nothing they've done for the last 6 weeks has turned it around for this offense. They have the 4th fewest points in the NFL since their bye week.
Maybe cause for concern, not in this game, but moving forward for the Dallas defense. Cousins lit them up for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns in the loss on Thanksgiving, and they had a lot of big plays in the passing game. Big challenge for Dak Prescott, the combination of the Vikings defense and the night crowd. It's one of the toughest places to play in the NFL, the loudest stadium, and they'll be ready to go with all the extra alcohol with the night game. 2016 passer rating, NFL average 89.5. In Minnesota, 65.2, Teddy. Dak's got his hands full.
Yeah, he sure does. I mean, and the difference between these two defenses may be the difference in this ballgame. You know, when you look at the individual numbers, look at the graphic right here. One quarterback after the next, and one good quarterback after the next coming into Minnesota has had a really rough game against that Viking secondary. Of course, you got to love the asterisk there next to Brock Osweiler. The Houston roster lists him as an NFL quarterback. You can determine that on your own. But, you know, that Dallas defense lit up by Washington, and they may be vulnerable again here without McClain, without Claiborne, missing a couple of key pieces in a defense that the strength is not on the defensive line, which is, of course, the Vikings' offensive line has been their biggest weakness all year. That's why, Pauly, to this day, I say I don't think Adrian Peterson would have made a difference for that team. The offensive line has been that bad that it doesn't matter who was running behind it. As Zeke Elliott could be behind that offensive line, it wouldn't have made a difference for Minnesota this year. The line is the problem, not the quarterback, not the receivers, not the running backs. With an offensive line that is a sieve, very hard to win football games.
Hey guys, for the full video, go to sbrpicks.com.
So we're giving you picks every day, and you're probably making your own as well. Be sure to participate in SBR's weekly Twitter Bankroll Challenge. Just post your picks on Twitter with @SBRSportsPicks and the hashtag BetSBR before 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day, Monday through Friday. We'll be betting your picks, and if the bankroll is positive at the end of the week, you could win the profits. Picks must be of events taking place that day and available in at least one of the major sportsbooks shown in our Best Sportsbooks page.